100 days of Zen. How committed are you? This video might be a little more stern than my usual laid-back self. I guess I got some fire in me talking with people and realizing you have to commit yourself. There's 1,001 different ways to create spiritual practices in your life, and they're all valuable, and you should try everything that you can. Take what works, throw away what doesn't. I've tried countless practices, techniques, methods, different ways of being, seen what works for me. And now I'm at the point where I'm ready to talk about it and share what has worked. I feel confident enough to know that I can talk from a place of doing these things. And if you knew me 10, 20 years ago, I'm a completely different person in a good way, I hope. The journey never ends. But in this video, if you're looking for a complete reset, nervous system, spiritual, emotional reset, what I did that helped tremendously and added synchronicity and flow into my life was 100 days of Zen. What does that mean? For 100 days, I stood in a meditation for 1 hour every day. And I committed to that. No matter what happened in my life, whatever was going on, I was going to find a point in that day to stand for 1 hour. I could listen to music, I could do qigong, tai chi, whatever. I could do a little movement, but no matter what, I stood for 1 hour every day for 100 days. And I didn't mess up, I didn't miss a day, but I told myself if I missed one day, I would start over. So if I go 10 days, miss the 11th day, it's not the 12th day, it's back to 1. But I'm committed. I've committed myself to multiple different things in this life. And it's great to have the non-dual perspective of who you are. You need to find your essence. Your essence doesn't care about doing things. But we're human. We're in the human body. We're here to experience human things. And we're here to play. And we're here to create. That is more of the Western side. The Eastern side is more of the just sit in meditation and let life happen, which is fine. And there's times for that. And then the Western side is more material, more creation, more manifesting, building what you want. And that's so much fun to do, because that's what we're here to do, is play. One of the things that is coming up that I committed to was becoming a street artist in Denver. I committed to every weekend I would show up and practice doing caricatures downtown with some other artists. They were kind enough to let me join in the troupe, and during the week I would practice drawing caricatures, and then on the weekends it was showtime. I had to show up and make it happen. And because of that, I had amazing experiences that led to getting signed by an agency, getting sent to parties to go draw all around the state in different cool parties, meeting cool people, making $100 an hour. Great time. But it started with committing to showing up every weekend. I didn't make any money for the first, I don't know, maybe month or something. Just showed up, practiced drawing, learned techniques, practice. Showed up, and then it got to the point where now I'm getting paid $100 an hour to do something I love. And what's better than that? Making good money, doing something that's awesome. That's how you know you made it in this world, once you can do that. And so part of it is following your excitement. Yeah, that's great. But the other part of it is committing to that excitement, whatever it is. And I've done this with jiu-jitsu, weightlifting, and now this YouTube channel. I'm committing to it every day. I'm uploading a video every day. I'm taking time out of my day, and I want to share and transmit out to the world and get people fired up. I want to light up the hearts. Because once you understand the power of having a heart that's on fire, you just want to spread it because it's awesome and love is great. But it's really down to commitment. I've worked with people and they want to get a better physique, they want a better body, they want to be healthier in their body, and then they don't show up for themselves. They make excuses, and ultimately we kind of split ways because it's like, all right, I can tell you all these things to do, but you have to take the responsibility. I can't do these things for you. I can show you the way, I can give you my perspective, what worked for me, but I can't make you do it. I don't want to make you do it. You should want to commit to yourself. And it might be, if you do commit to 100 days of standing every day for an hour, it'll probably be the hardest thing you've done. If not, it's up there in the top 3. It is so much harder to stand for an hour than it is to work out, to go to jiu-jitsu, to make art, all these awesome things. Standing and sitting in your own being, your own essence, and finding out who you are. I mean, people go lifetimes without doing this because it's so hard to clear out your junk. That's what's going to happen. You're going to sit there and you're going to watch your mind, and then all of these things are going to start bubbling up that you shoved down. And maybe it wasn't your fault. It probably wasn't your fault that you shoved all these emotions down and these thoughts and these ideas, because you had to stay safe, you had to keep moving, you had to show up for your family, you had to survive. And that's perfectly fine. But now, if you found this channel and you want to start healing yourself, you need to start unpacking all these shadows and all these things that you have stuffed down. And it's worth it. It's so worth it to unpack your gifts and start living in this awesome way. You can get paid to follow your bliss. It's totally possible, and it's an awesome aspect of this world. But you're gonna have to go through some stuff. You're gonna have to sit in your own pain. And by sitting in the pain, that's how the fire starts turning on. This little flame in your heart starts getting brighter and brighter and brighter the more you allow for all your bullshit to be seen and alchemized. It's so hard. I know I've worked with CEOs and very accomplished people. They're very successful in the world. And I tell them to meditate and they can't. They won't. It's scary. It's hard. There's all the darkness. And they don't want to go down into the basement and start pulling out these boxes full of these memories and full of these ideas. They'd rather just continue stuffing things down. And you get to the point where you have all the money you need, you have all the things you need, and you still don't feel satisfied. Why? Because you have all this stuff in the basement of your mind that you need to start pulling out and looking at and unpacking and getting rid of. And then you become light, become lighter. Literally, you feel lighter, you feel better. Even if you just commit 20 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, whatever, the real thing is commitment. Don't miss a day. Show up for yourself every day. It's hard. It's hard. And if you mess up, so be it. Just let it go. You're human. You're imperfect. We're all imperfect. I've messed up plenty of things. I'll continue to mess up. But one thing I will do is I will commit to something until I figure it out, until I put enough energy into it to create this momentum in my life. And when you do this meditation, you can't see it, but you can feel it. And you know, when you meet somebody else that's done the work, you can feel it. You might not be able to, I've met people that can see auras. I'm not quite there, unless I have a little plant medicine in me. But if I'm in my day-to-day, I can't see auras, but people can, and they've told me what I look like, what other people look like, and it's like, I can see what you mean, the way they carry themselves, the way they act. That's their aura, the energy they have. And you're gonna clear your energy out when you sit in the shit. So it will be hard. It might be one of the hardest things to do if you commit to yourself to this, but I tell you, you'll be a different person by the end. And the way my 100 days ended synchronistically, I was in the deserts of Utah camping, and we made a sage fire and had this sage smoke cleanse our last day, our last hour meditation in the middle of Moab. It was beautiful. So you'll start noticing how your life unfolds in certain ways, certain patterns, more smooth when you put in the work and commit to yourself. So that's the message from this video. If you're brave enough, if you have enough courage, commit to 100 days, 1 hour, standing meditation every day. It'll change your life.